I'm worried about the stud getting the wrong sort of reputation. First, we nearly lose our best client because Sean and Mark have got their brain in their trousers. Then Andrew proves he's no better. Perhaps someone's been tampering with the water supply, lacing it with aphrodisiacs.
Maybe they have. That would explain something that's been puzzling a lot of people. Why you would give Charity Dingle a job for which he has absolutely no qualifications.
We are not here to discuss Charity. We are talking about Andrew Fraser and whether he's a liability to this company.
Well, that depends on whether you consider flirting with the boss's girlfriend a hanging offence.
He can't keep his hands off any woman. And Elise happens to be a client.
Andrew's here.
Well, we're not ready to see him yet. Do him good to kick his heels.
We won't be long.
I'll tell him.
We agreed that I was in charge of staffing management.
You've gone too far this time.
Shouldn't you be out vetting?
Yes, I was just leaving when Virginia told me about Andrew.
I always suspected she was your spy in the camp.
She was just trying to stop you from ruining everything.
Is that why she feels the need to be so unpleasant to Charity all the time?
Virginia has worked with horses. She's bound to resent someone whose only qualification is warming your bed.
Well, perhaps I should terminate her contract as well.
Chris, you cannot go on like this.
You can't stop me.
Well, I can tell you what a fool you're making of yourself. How much money you are going to lose, both of us. We have got absolutely no chance of finding another stud manager half as well qualified as Andrew at this stage of the season. And if you sack Virginia, you are going to make things even worse. OK, so you have the casting vote. So we all have to put up with Charity until you get bored with her.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that's not about to happen.
Well, that's between you and her. But in the meantime, please, can you let the rest of us get on with our jobs? Now, I have some calls to make. And I hope by the time I come back, you'll have undone all the damage you've caused.
I'll think about it.
I've come to collect Chrissy's car.
Terry normally does that.
Well, it's one of my new duties now, Mr. Tate's PA.
Oh, is that what you call it now?
Have you got a problem with that?
No, I'm just jealous. I wouldn't mind being a rich woman's plaything. Certainly beat changing oil filters. Looks like it pays better, too.
It's not like that.
Don't know if I can handle the bedroom duties, though. Oof. I suppose I'd just lie back and think of England, but hey, you're used to that.
My private life is none of your business.
Oh, but it could be. I bet you're dying for a real man sometimes, aren't you?
Well, if I was, I wouldn't want a little boy, would I? I mean, take a good look at yourself, Scott. You're a two-bit greaseball scraping a living. And if you want to hang on to that, you better learn to treat me with a bit more respect.
You'll get respect as long as the bills keep getting paid.
Well, that depends on whether I'm satisfied with the work. I haven't decided yet.
This car's running sweet as a nut. You'll not find a thing wrong with it.
Ooh, says Full Valley here on paperwork.
Yeah, and I washed it and polished it myself, thank
you. Well, you didn't do much of a job. I ought to be able to see my face in paintwork.
Why, so you can do your makeup? Is that part of the job too?
Look, there's plenty of other garages I can go to. There's Robblesfield, Skipdale. One word from me, and you'd lose the Home Farm contract. Oh, look, there's a blemish on bonnet. I think you better wipe it over again. That's a good boy. OK, there's your cheque. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Sorry I'm late back. I was delayed by a row with Chris. He's so stubborn.
Nothing ever changes, does it?
Do you think there's any historical precedent for divorcing your own brother?
No, sorry, I think you're stuck with him. Till death do you part.
Oh, well, it'll be sooner than he thinks if he keeps pushing that woman into our lives. Charity is obsessed with her.
I think he's more likely to be obsessed with what he gets from her.
Either way, I'm not putting up with it much longer.
This is really getting under your skin, isn't it?
Oh, all my life, he's been the one that's got his own way. Well, not any longer. One way or another, I'm going to get her out. You don't want to listen to my troubles.
Well, right now I could do with your advice more. Kathy's coming round later. Jack's been phoning and worrying about foot and mouth.
Well, every farmer's in the same boat.
Well, yeah, but for a man who's already on trial for murder, I think he could do with hearing some good news right now, don't you?
Yeah, don't worry, I'll talk to her. It's the least I can do.
I want to talk to you. Well, I'll have to wait. I'm late for work.
Work? You don't have a proper job. Just a title Chris gave you to make things seem more respectable.
Well, Chris seems quite happy with the arrangement.
Well, I'm not. He's told Andrew he has to go. I was talking about sacking Virginia, and I blame you. For both.
Look, don't come whinging to me. Go and sort it out with your brother.
Oh, I will. But you can't go on hiding behind him all your life.
I don't have to hide behind anybody. I can look after myself.
In that case, you won't object to us sorting this out in private.
Meaning?
Chris is out tonight. If you come to Home Farm, there's no chance of him disturbing us. And we can both sort out where we stand. Agreed?
OK, it's a date. Now, if you're quite finished, I better get off to work. Chris worries if I'm late. Hope you're not getting rid of Andrew on my account.
Not at all. I try to encourage my staff to look after our clients, but that doesn't include going to bed with them. And I don't like being embarrassed at dinner.
As long as that's the real reason.
What else?
I'd hate to think it was because you were worried about me and him. Because I've told you before, you've naught to be jealous about.
Well, he does seem to be something of a ladies' man.
Yeah, and it takes two to tango. Anyway, he's not even my type.
What is your type?
I'm looking at him.
So long as I'm paying the bills.
Don't get paranoid, Chris. It don't suit you. Just enjoy the moment.
Sorry to interrupt. I didn't realise you were still working.
That's okay. We've got some great news anyway.
Have we?
Chris has decided to give Andrew another chance.
I wonder what changed his mind.
I decided a further probationary period would be fairer.
Very generous of you.
So you see, Zoe, your little problem's all been solved now.
Thank you for coming.
I wasn't expecting a drink.
There's no reason why we can't be civilised.
And what's the point in that? You've already made it your mind you don't like me.
But I imagine the feeling's mutual.
I'm not bothered, to be honest. I mean, it's not like we've got a right lot in common, is it? I mean, I've had to fight my way through life. Well, you were born with a silver spoon in your gob.
No. You're quite wrong about me. I wasn't born rich. My father started as a lorry driver. Eventually, he managed to buy his own truck, but it took a long time before all that hard work paid off.
What am I supposed to do, applaud or something?
My mother worked alongside him, building up the business. But, she never really saw the benefits because she got cancer and, well, there's some that say he helped her to die. I wouldn't call it a mercy killing because while he was supposed to be comforting her, he was getting a little too much comfort from his secretary, Kim.
I didn't come here for a history lesson. I got bored enough at school. That's why I started bunking off.
Shut up. Listen and learn. I want you to understand exactly why I won't tolerate you being here. I watched Kim slowly destroy my father, and she nearly killed Chris. So I know how much damage you can do, and I will not let it happen again.
OK, and supposing I choose to ignore all of this?
Don't underestimate me, Charity. I'm a lot tougher than you think. So you can stay and fight if you want. But I've got plenty more cards up my sleeve. You're finished here.
I don't think Chris will be very pleased to hear about this conversation.
I thought you didn't have to hide behind anybody.
I won't be hiding. I'll just be telling him what his sister's really like.
Oh, well, Chris knows me well enough. Just like I know him. Not better than you do.
You reckon?
Yeah. He might fancy you, Charity, but he doesn't trust you. You only have to look at how he reacted to you and Andrew flirting to see that. So all it would take is a word from me at the right time, a snippet of gossip here, a chance remark there, and all those doubts would start eating away.
You wouldn't do that.
I will do what it takes. And once I've started, you won't be able to shut me up.
Seem to be lost for words now, don't you?
How dare you?
Just proving that you shouldn't underestimate me either.
Get out of here.